let's review the formation of the major scale here from its tetrachords, whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. And we're going to compare that to see how the minor scales look compared to that. So there's that major tetrachord, but now I reconfigure it, so that it will be the minor tetrachord, which is going to be whole, half, whole. That minor tetrachord is always going to be at the bottom of every minor scale, but now I have the infamous Phrygian tetrachord, half, whole, whole. Join that always in the middle with a whole step. There's your natural minor scale. Whole, half, whole, whole, half, whole, whole. Natural minor scale. Okay. Take that top tetrachord and change it to something else. Why? Let's change it to our old friend, the major tetrachord. We're good at those by now. If we change that top tetrachord, I have the melodic minor scale ascending. Whole, half, whole, 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 half. I use it going up, up. When the melody goes upward, I have to use that choice. If the melody that I write descends from the top down, then I would use the notes from the natural minor scale. And that's why I changed that tetrachord back to the Phrygian tetrachord. Okay, now there is a more special, interesting, weird tetrachord, and that is for the harmonic tetrachord. Half augmented, you can see that's much more augmented, and half augmented, half. If I put that on top of the minor tetrachord, I'm going to end up with a harmonic minor scale. It sounds perhaps a little spooky or Halloweeny. Whole, half, whole, whole, half, augmented, half. So we have these different variations in the tetrachords that show us different forms of the minor scale. Here's the natural minor again. Notice it ends with a whole step at the top. Here's the harmonic minor scale, ending with the augmented and then the half step at the top. Oops. That half step at the top I've shown this time with a yellow Lego because it's so important, that final half step. It's what we call the leading tone. We would use the solfege T for it. It wants to go to do. It strongly, strongly makes us want to go to do. And so when I have that present in any of our tetrachords, like in the melodic minor ascending, there it is, the last step there is a half step. It wants us to go up to do. That's really important. There's one other scale that uses that same important leading tone note, and that is the major scale. Yep, there it is, major scale. Great. Let's look at something a little more concrete. Let's look at some specific scales and play with those. Here's the E major scale. By now this should look really familiar. It's a key signature of 4 sharps, and it's got the major scale pattern. Whole, whole, half. That's the first tetrachord. Whole, whole, half. Great. If I change the bottom tetrachord, whole, half, whole, I've just created a minor scale simply by changing that bottom tetrachord. Let's make the whole thing the natural minor scale. This is the one that has 1 sharp in the key signature. Now we have whole, half, whole, joined with a whole step. Then we have from B to C is half, whole, whole. Natural minor. If I am in a melody that ascends, I must raise the 6th scale degree and the 7th scale degree. By raising them, I'm using a different tetrachord. Now I've got melodic minor ascending. Ascending. So when the melody goes up, I raise the 6th and 7th scale degree from the natural minor. If my melody goes back down and descends, then I put those back where I found them in natural minor. So they go back down from raising the 6th and 7th scale degree going up. When the melody descends or the scale descends, I put them back to natural minor going down. What about that harmonic tetrachord? That one, I simply raise the 7th scale degree from the natural minor scale. Now I've created an augmented step between C and D sharp. This is the harmonic minor scale, and it would stay the same the whole time, up or down. Let's practice another one. How about B flat major? There's its first tetrachord, whole half. By now you know that B flat major has 2 flats, so if I just write them like that with 2 flats, I've done the work of the tetrachords. That's great. B flat major, there it is. Now its parallel minor would be B flat minor. It's not the one that shares a key signature, as you will see, because I'm going to have to change some notes definitely to get to B flat natural minor. I need to make this the minor tetrachord, and there I did it. Whole, half whole. To make the whole thing a natural minor scale, I've added the G flat and the A flat. I've adjusted that tetrachord. Now I've got the B flat minor scale. It has B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, and G flat in its key signature. So it has a really different key signature than B flat major. Now what if it's melodic minor? Raise the 6th and 7th scale degree. Raise the 6th and 7th scale degree going up. So G flat and A flat become G and A. Put them back on the way back down. Raise them, 6th and 7th get raised. We'd have to use natural signs if we had a key signature. Put them back where they were on the way back down. What about the harmonic minor scale? Raise the 7th scale degree. Raise the 7th. So I would have to have A natural. That's that all-important leading tone, that yellow Lego that we saw in the previous scene. So now we have B flat harmonic minor. Okay, and there is the parallel B flat major. Look, I didn't have to touch that A. It stayed the same leading tone. Interesting. Let's go to relative. If B flat is the major key signature, we go down 3 to find the minor key that shares those 2 flats. B flat down to A down to G. So G minor must be the key signature, the key that shares the 2 flats with B flat major. Let's check that out. If I do that, I have G to A as a whole step, A to B flat is a half step, B flat to C is a whole step. That's the minor tetrachord. We must have done it right. G minor has the same key signature as B flat major. They are relative major and minor. Here, I'll show you. I'll just add the last couple of notes back on the B flat major scale. I haven't changed any of the accidentals. It gets me to B flat major really beautifully, and likewise I can just shift over to the G minor scale. I don't add any accidentals. Of course, once I'm there, I could raise the 6th and 7th scale degree. Let's take one more. F major. What's its relative minor? Go down 3 from F to D, so we're going to have D minor. D minor is the relative minor of F major. They both have 1 flat in the key signature. Notice I didn't have to add any accidentals to make this pattern work out. That's the natural minor. If I wanted to alter that by making it harmonic minor, I could change the C to C sharp. I could raise the 6th and 7th scale degrees. I'm going to do that in just a second. But this is the natural minor, the one with one flat. Now it's harmonic. I raised the 7th scale degree. There's that augmented step. Natural minor again, back to what's in the key signature. Melodic minor, raise the 6th and 7th scale degree on the way up. Put them back where they were in the key signature on the way back down. Harmonic minor, raise the 7th scale degree. Melodic minor, raise the 6th and 7th scale degree on the way up, and on the way back down, we put them back where they were in the key signature.